The last time I saw her. The last time I saw my daughter, she was 14. She slammed the doors so hard, the picture frames rattled. Her face red, eyes swollen from crying, shouting things I knew didn't come from her heart, but from her mother's. "You're a liar. You left us. You ruined everything." Her mother stood behind her, arms crossed, wearing that victorious look she always wore when she won an argument, even if the battlefield was our child. I didn't say anything that day, because I knew whatever I said would only make her hold tighter to the version of the story her mother had fed her. So I let them go, and I waited. The quiet years. 10 years passed. I wrote letters. None were answered. Birthdays. Holidays. Milestones I never got to see, all observed from the distance of a browser window or whispered updates from mutual friends. She went to college, majored in economics, just like me. That hurt more than I'd admit. I heard she was brilliant, sharp, ambitious, and I wanted to tell her I was proud. But pride is a strange thing when you're on the outside of someone's life. I never remarried, never had other children, because somewhere part of me was still waiting for her to come back. And part of me was afraid she never would. The call. It was early spring when she called. Her voice had changed. Deeper, more polished, but still hers. "Hi, it's Claire." I stopped breathing. "Hi, Claire." Long pause. "I heard about Grandpa. I'm sorry. My father had passed a week earlier." She hadn't known him well. He lived in the countryside and kept to himself. But he had money, property, land, and he left most of it to me, and a portion to any direct descendants. Mom said there's a reading of the will. I was wondering if you'd be okay with me coming. She didn't say she missed me. She didn't ask how I was, just if I'd be okay with her showing up for the will. I said yes, because I needed to see her, even if it was for the worst reason. The return. She walked into the lawyer's office like a stranger. Dark blazer, heels, hair pulled back tight, confident, detached. She hugged me, but felt rehearsed. The kind of hug you give a distant relative at a funeral. We sat side by side as the will was read. She asked no questions, just nodded when her name was mentioned. Land, a trust fund, 2 antique properties, held in her grandfather's name. She looked pleased, and I tried not to let it show how much that hurt. The dinner. I asked if she wanted to have dinner before she left town. She agreed. We went to the old diner near the lake, the one we used to visit every Friday when she was in 3rd grade. She didn't remember the waitress, or the table by the window we always sat at. She ordered a salad and spent most of the meal checking her phone. Finally, I said, "You don't have to pretend this means anything to you." She blinked. "What do you mean?" I smiled softly. "You're here for the inheritance. It's okay. I'm not mad. I just wish it had been for more." She said nothing. In that silence, it was louder than anything else. The truth she carried. She called me that night. I almost didn't answer, but I did. "I don't hate you," she said. "I never did." I sat on the edge of my bed, breath tight. "But Mom," she told me, "you left because you didn't love us anymore, that you had someone else, that you were happier without us." I waited. I believed her for a long time, and I hated that I did. But now, I just want to know your version. So I told her. Everything. The fights. The manipulation. The way I stayed long after I should have left because of her. The way I watched her mother slowly turn her against me with quiet words and loud silences. She didn't interrupt. She just listened and cried. The start of something else. She stayed for 3 more days. We walked by the lake, talked about college, about books, about the music she loved. She told me about her job, her dreams, her doubts. I told her stories from when she was little, stories her mother never told. She laughed more than I expected, smiled like she meant it. And when she left again, it wasn't forever. She hugged me at the door. This time it was real. "Thank you," she whispered, "for not giving up on me." I nodded. "Just promise me one thing," I said. "What?" "Come back because you want to, not because someone left you something." She smiled, and I thought, no, I hope maybe she will.